Oh yeah, no, he dropped about a week and a half ago.
Oh, nice.
All right,
Yeah.
we are live.
We're literally just like waiting. It could be any minute now.
That was okay.
Uh,
We are live, Scott.
What just happened?
we all saw that. Just
We're live, Scott.
I know, it's my godson. He doesn't like to wear clothes when he's relaxing at home.
Am I gonna have to blur something on the YouTube archive?
Nah, he went back.
Yep.
I mean, he's wearing underwear.
Might want to close the door just in case.
There's no door. I'm out in the living room.
There's a pool in the room. It's Togs.
Okay, I need to add a hot tub stream to this.
Yeah, like the first thing he did when we got home was his pants were off within 10 seconds.
My cousin was the same way.
It's a battle to get him to keep his clothes on.
So on an interesting note, we've made it a quarter of the way to 100.
100 what?
100 what?
Only
Sessions.
100 episodes.
Oh.
Yeah, we're on episode 25.
Only a
Oh my
couple
God,
deaths.
Yeah. Like, only like most of the party.
Well, the whole
Oh, no,
party
y'all,
at
we've
one
gone like
point
6 episodes without that, yeah.
revived, and then more deaths after that.
Although, to
We're
be
doing
fair,
good so far.
Dale go down like almost died, so we're getting there.
Hale almost died. Shauna almost died for a second.
We might need some healing if
Did
before
I?
we do anything.
Well, at the end with the vines.
Oh yeah, I was.
You were
was
doing-
okay, I just-
You were doing kind of bad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I gotta do my. Did you put the notification thing in Discord?
Yes. I just put it in. Oh,
Okay.
I'm apparently skipping quite a few frames.
Copy that. I forgot about that.
Hopefully that won't be too bad later. For a reminder for anyone joining me not on my gaming streams, I've gotten a third monitor, and it's above my main monitor, which is this one right here. So I'm going to be looking up a lot. And I am very aware right now that I still have not shaved my neck hair.
And now, so is everyone else.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have never noticed.
I'm sure you would.
No, definitely not.
You know what makes me self-conscious about that? It was in the first year of high school, freshman year, I guess. And I was told by one of the guys who was kind of like an acquaintance and stuff like that I need to shave my neck, and because I look like that guy on the poster in the history room. And and I'm like, well, shit, I don't want to be that ugly.
I feel like I'm gonna need a reference picture just to know the magnitude.
Yo, what
I don't-
guy?
I don't remember. He was some guy from history who literally had his face shaved, everything except for the neck beard.
Neck beard.
That is an ugly look. Like
Uh.
not even like chin or nothing, just neck. That's weird.
That is
Just
a
like-
lifestyle
like this.
choice right there.
No. My old stepbrother, he's not my stepbrother anymore, but he used to have a neck beard like that.
And like ever since then, I've just been self-conscious about the hair on my neck.
avoid it because it has a bad stigma around it. It's got a whole
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Worst thing I've ever seen.
Why did that jump one?
I'm so glad sometimes that I can't really grow facial hair.
Discord, what the heck are you doing? I'm
See
hitting.
my
I'm double spacing after the exclamation point because I'm not certain which of these channels was the one that got on my case for having page breaks, and Discord for some reason jumps the space over one character so that it takes the H in HTTPS and puts the space on the other side of that. I don't know why. It's weird. And for once I can do D&D Beyond, the D&D Beyond server. Advertisements.
It's weird having like 3 other servers to plug this in.
I know. I've got how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 servers that I notify. And very few people actually show up to watch my streams. That's not really a complaint. I'm generally there to play games, but it's just something I notice. Tavern, that's where I want to put this. That's not including Facebook and Twitter, which I have not opened up yet.
What's your health looking like? Retribution.
What's your health looking like, Retribution?
Because I'm looking at the
What's your health looking like?
and your picture is the only one that's red tinged.
It's at 53.
53.
90 out of. That's the wrong character. Out of 96.
Okay, I guess. I was just wondering why yours is the only one showing that.
What? Hey, NotProVOs followed me. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. That's me. I saw Nug like one of your tweets, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not following Ant."
All right, and I am trying something new because Twitter algorithm is annoying and does not like it when you post outside links in your main post. So, I'm going to be making the post, and the link will be in the reply. DMB Yoda?
You now have to do the whole recap as Yoda.
You are.
Oh, the attempt a voice thing. Okay.
Actually, I believe it would be fucked you are.
Fucked you are, yeah.
That's usually non-D&D, but honestly, I want to see if Scott can do a Yoda voice.
Honestly, with the name attached to the session, this should be for D&D, especially.
I had points saved up to use V's tarot reading thing, but that doesn't happen anymore.
It absolutely can.
Oh, did I take that off?
have
I
tarot
might have
cards.
turned that off and forgot to turn it back on.
Oh, I just got the Aliman tarot. I don't remember if you remember that, Vendetta.
No, I don't. I don't remember shit.
Alright.
My brain's fried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent it to you last year. It's a
Alright.
Kickstarter. I just got it.
Has anyone double checked the audio, since I know I've had to readjust a bit?
Nope.
I did. It was good.
We got a thumbs up from Zengetsu.
Okay, cool.
I don't do any of that technical shit.
Yeah.
I can barely get my character sheet to work.
That's also something I need to do.
I still haven't figured out why Roll20 crashes my computer.
Roll20? Because it's actually pretty,
Yeah, it's so random. No, but like if I put it on certain, like if I use Google Chrome, which isn't something I usually use, it works fine. But if I use any other thing, it crashes.
I don't know. I have a biased opinion there because me and Roll20 got beef.
I don't use Chrome.
A lot of people have
Just
beef
in
with
general.
Roll20. I know I keep mentioning them, but the Unexpectables and Prince Division also have issues with it, and also Lenny Pator's campaign.
I mean, it's a fantastic tool if you have the patience to learn how to use all of the things and, like, actually have some sort of knowledge of computers and how to do the things. But if you don't, it's just unusable.
Yeah, I wish more of the APIs that you can add on there were just built-in features.
Like, I can't even figure out how to add maps, guys. Like, I have no idea.
It's a
Like,
learning
and the
curve.
thing, I followed the tutorial, right? And it still didn't add the maps. Like,
Okay. Oop. No, I don't want to do that. Get back here. Alright. There was something I was thinking I wanted to say, and I've forgotten it. Anyway, anyone else have anything they need to do before we get started?
Nope.
I know everyone was waiting on me.
Since it's been an hour, I'm gonna go like very quickly to the bathroom, but
Sure.
I've got my headphones on if you want to start up.
All right. Get that recap.
Alright, let me
Which,
just...
By the way, the map for tonight is not sponsored by, but brought to you by Dungeon Generator. Found it. It was a really nice tool. I'm enjoying it because there's a lot of Dungeon Generator maps out there that I'm not a big fan of, but this one actually works really well, so I'm excited to use it.
Ah, nice picture of your palm.
Yeah, what happened to your camera?
I turned it off so that I can zoom in and not be narcissistic in
Oh
the
yeah,
corner.
yeah. I remember.
It's not a problem. I kind of like it better like this because you get the full 1080p out of it. I've said multiple times, I wish Discord would give us a plugin for OBS that gives us the ability to deal with the cameras and
That's
audio.
even better, Scott, because you get the movie in there.
Yeah, that works. I like it.
did you guys see Jenny D's video with Laura
Mhm.
Bailey?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm so proud of her. I
Yeah.
can't imagine. I can't imagine. I nearly cried for her. I'm really emotional at the moment because, you know, early labor and whatnot. But like, I was like, oh my god, what a fucking moment that would be, eh? Like, holy shit.
That girl has marketed her stuff well, and yeah, she's got a lot of great videos about like ways to improve not only being a player but being a DM, and some of them are kind of basic, like basic concepts or common sense, but there's others that are a lot of things. A lot of DMs and players don't necessarily think about. One of the more recent one was about travel, and that was a big one that I think more DMs need to look into, that kind of stuff. How to make travel not boring.
Yeah. No, she's great. I love Ginny D, and I think it's awesome that, like, you know, can you imagine, like, just being Ginny D and being, like, you know, cosplaying, like, your favorite character, and then, like, getting to meet Laura freaking Bailey, like, oh, holy shit.
And not only Laura freaking Bailey, but also Laura freaking Bailey cosplayed herself as Jester.
Yes! It's like Ginny D cosplaying Laura Bailey as Jester, and Laura Bailey cosplaying Ginny D as Jester. It's the whole thing, and I'm just like, I'm so excited for her. Like, secondhand excitement.
All right. I think we're ready for a recap, I think.
All right. Let me just
Yeah.
redo the thing.
Mhm.
That
Ow.
button. Ow. There we go.
Yeah.
All
It's
hurt
Tori.
myself.
It's like constant
Mm.
now.
Yeah. My whole life is just ow, basically.
So
Just
we-
ignore
Like,
me.
I don't even question it anymore.
Just ignore me. I lightly hit my arm on my table and it hurt like a bitch. So, you know.
I do that all the time on stream, like hit my elbow on my desk and just go like, ow! Anyway.
Well, we opened up with, after the group had... Oh, sorry, excuse me 1 second.
So many interruptions.
Well-oiled machine.
It's been a
Yeah.
while, guys.
It has.
So, wow. So you guys, we opened back up to a lot of you having killed off a black ooze, and after dealing with that, you found a room that Shioran decided to go into octopus form and crawl into the room, as you found it was blockaded by a number of furniture and other structures. And once Shioran got in there, she found that it was full of a lot of old corpses of civilians and military-like individuals that seem to have kind of been trapped here and died, not of anyone necessarily killing them, but of the lack of food and water, and they just kind of died in there, holding off whatever threat there was on the outside. The door itself was scarred and scratched and almost ripped to pieces. You guys decided not to investigate too far and left and continued on your way. Through some more tunnels and shifting around, you guys had inevitably got to this large plaza type area, still underground, but it had a large dried fountain in the middle of it. Beautiful marble and huge structures with a number of these nautical-looking themed statues coming off of the fountain itself. You guys all started to investigate around, and right as Retribution was looking into the fountain to see if they could find anything that might be a secret, Torque was attacked by some strange shadowy creature that reached into his chest and with these long black dagger-like fingers and threw him down to the ground and then vanished into the wall. And then you guys spent a while defending against this thing, which didn't seem to be taking any damage from anything, from weapons or even spells, until one of you hit it with radiant damage, and that seemed to really pain it, but also reactionarily set off this darkness defense that it would set off, which you guys mitigated quite easily with big light spells, specifically the Light Cleric, Kale, kind of becoming this thing's bane. There was a bit of a fight. You guys were able to defeat it eventually, as it was trying to hide, trying to get at you guys, but you guys were able to defeat it. The victory was short-lived as you realized that this was not the only one of its kind, and there were a number of them shifting through the walls to the point where there was a large army of these creatures and that were only barely being held off by the daylight spell that Kit had cast on the fountain. During the fight, Retribution had found an actual secret entrance through the fountain, and they were ushering people in, and you all dipped it down the stairs. You guys were running because these things look like they could pass through walls, so you're trying to get away as quickly as possible. But during the descent, Merrick's foot hit a stair that cracked and started to give, and before anyone could do anything or back up far enough, the entire stairway in this spiral staircase just crumbled underneath you all, and you all fell into darkness, with the only one not falling is Torque, as he has grappled onto the side with his claws and has watched all of you plummet into darkness below him. And that is where we will start. We will start with Torque, as you hear large boulders and debris fall. Yes, what?
No, sorry to interrupt. I just forgot to do this before I swapped in.
Okay.
There we go.
Large boulders and debris crashing into what you're guessing is stairs below, and then them crashing as well. So it's loud. And dust kind of billows up from below you as you're kind of clung to the wall, looking down at all of your friends having fallen.
Alright, before I get into character, first off, I would like to take a moment to just point out that we just had Exodia, the DM.
Yeah. Exodia, the forbidden tour guide.
But beyond that, in character, Torque will look up at the way that we just come down towards the settling rubble, up again, and start slowly climbing down. And since he was not holding his torch, he's pretty much fumbling in the dark unless Red's lantern is down there in the heap, or Merrick might say.
Their lantern at the moment is invisible, but the passageway down is pretty clogged with a lot of dust and debris right now, so you're not able to see much at all.
If Shioran is still in her starry form, she'd be radiating some light too.
I'd actually like the lot of you that did fall to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy. That's not bad.
19.
Oh, are they close to me? Yeah?
They'd be within about 10 feet of you. Yeah, you guys were pretty
Alright, you guys
piled
get +4 on your saves.
Oh, cool.
23.
Same, 23.
Awesome, 17.
I got 22.
What about you, Shannon?
14, but I have a thing.
You do have slow fall, I believe.
Like a falling.
It's
Yeah.
if I recall
so
correctly, you reduce it by your monk level instead.
It's five times her monk level.
Yeah.
So
But you also get did you add the +4 from Retribution?
Yeah, 14. I got an 8 and my con is +2.
So you all hit the ground, and you don't take any damage because this is more cinematic. You're hurt. It was a hard fall, but a lot of you survived without or landed without going unconscious from the fall. Shauna, you were close, but you were able to use your monk skills to avoid the brunt of it. The only problem that you lot have down there is currently Retribution. Your leg isn't crushed, but it is pinned underneath a large piece of debris that you, right now, without you making any checks, you are unable to pull your leg out. And your lamp is off, just barely out of reach. It's still lit, but it's just barely out of reach, off to your side. Yeah, Torque, you start kind of climbing your way down. You have a climb speed, right?
Yes, equal to my walking speed, which is 40 feet.
Okay, yeah. So it'd probably take you, say, about like a half a minute to get down there from where they fell.
Yeah. So since
Merrick-
since casting, I have 2 hours before reverting back. So the light is, where is it? That's wild shape, not starry form. 10-foot bright light in a 10-foot radius. I'm sorry, just wanted to make sure we got that out of the way.
Right. Well, I am going to attempt to maneuver the rubble off of my leg.
All right.
I'll help.
Sky said.
I'm
wanted to say
not
something.
drawing any attention, so very subtly.
What was that, Sky?
Merrick's going to immediately cast Produce Flame to get more light because, based off what we saw with the shadow creatures, light is good.
Mhm. So there's light coming off of Shioran and Merrick and the lantern of Reds. Red, if you could make a strength athletics check for me.
Athletics check. All right.
I would like to help if I can see that.
It's a 19.
19. You
Could have been better.
You kind of grab it. You try to pull it up, and it shifts a little bit, but not enough to actually get it up. You're at a really odd angle, sitting down, trying to lift it off your leg, and unfortunately, it's not working by yourself.
I'm just going to lay my body back and just like give up for a minute. I'm not gonna ask y'all for anything. I'm just gonna be like.
Sure, and you kind of shake your head, look around. It's dusty. It's hard to see much. You kind of, as it's all around you. You can hear little bits of rock and debris still falling down from above you. There's a little worry that there might be more debris that might fall. You're not sure. You don't see Torque, but you hear something also from up above you, kind of a getting closer. You do see, you kind of scan over, you see everybody, they look all to be alive and moving and mostly uninjured. You do see Rhett there with a boulder on her leg. You can't tell if it's crushed or just pinned, but it's completely covering her leg. And you see her just kind of, see them just kind of plop back as they seem to just give up. But past them is a very light sliver of light that seems to be passing through possibly some sort of archway from the look of it that a lot of the debris is covering. That there seems to be torchlight past that. But it is brighter now as Merrick lights up his hand.
Kale, help me out. I'm gonna rush over and get try to help Retribution out of it.
Okay.
All right. So if you guys are both doing it, one of you can have advantage on an athletics check.
I'll do it.
All right.
I'll do it. Advantage on athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you know what's weird? It says you're muted, but you're not.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna probably pop in and out real quick.
That's really weird, Discord. Alright.
What'd you end up rolling?
What the heck? Okay. Okay, so that is a 18 on the roll for athletics.
18. You and Shorin go to lift, and this big chunk of rock is unfortunately still too much for the two of you to lift. It's shifting and whatnot, but
I'm just gonna like peek one of my eyes up and be like, we should just wait for Torque.
which, as you
This
say
shifting isn't helping.
that, very uncomfortable. As you say that, you hear that getting closer, and it's actually, you can see it at this point from the light coming from Merrick and Shioran and the torch. or the lantern, that Torque is crawling his way down to you guys. You now see the scene down below.
By the way, for flavor, the jellyfish that's floating around me is pointing up towards the noise I'm hearing, just in case.
Mm-hmm. Which you can now
Still
see.
hanging upside down from how I was climbing. I just like raise one hand up and kind of like wave hello as I continue climbing.
You are now down amongst the large pile of rubble.
Is it still pretty dusty down here?
Yeah, it's still settling.
Okay. Just
There's a fine
I'm
layer
holding my
of it
breath,
on
so
most
I'm
people.
not going to say anything, but I see them over by Red, right?
Yep.
I point at the rock and point at myself.
Yes, we could use
I'm
your help.
like- I'll sit back up and then I'll help or I'll roll. I don't care which one.
All right, advantage on
Yeah,
your
I'll
strength
walk
check.
over there. All right.
Guidance. I should have given Kale guidance too. I didn't think about it until just now.
Okay, I forgot to roll with advantage, but the first one's already a 23, and that's without guidance. With guidance, we're looking at a 26. I'll try to go higher. It is a 26.
26. You are able to. Torque goes over, and a lot of you do help, but Torque just kind of bear hugs the boulder and just lifts it and then
Let's
drops
roll.
it off your head.
Still using my climbing claws and just digging my fingers into the rock.
The rock's like cracking in where the claws are digging in.
I don't know if anyone told you this, Torque, but you're amazing. You know that?
As I roll, I'm now just planking on the ground. Basically, I'm just gonna stay there for a while.
I'm gonna.
It's a nice loud as her
Yeah.
metal armor is just
Yep.
scratching against the debris underneath them.
All right. Do you need healing, Brett?
All good.
Does she need healing? Does she look like she needs healing?
They
All
look
right.
like they're down there.
All right.
I
They-
know.
they definitely aren't full health.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
I know some people in here actually really needed healing, and I was like debating at the end of the last session, like at the end of the fight, if I should do the final blast or do a like heal people. And I went ahead.
I just need like a quick 30 minutes.
All right.
Like, I'll be chill.
It's definitely not a comfortable place in this area. You kind of squished along kind of a curve of this center pillar that the stairs wrapped around and then crashed down into.
Plus, who knows if those things are going to be following us soon.
We've got a minute
mean,
shy of an
can-
hour left, so I mean, Kale's light ball's up there for another
the light-
47.5 minutes.
The light was discouraging them. It didn't stop them.
So the question is, do
Yeah.
we want to attempt a rest, or do we just want to get some healing done and move on?
Let's get some healing done and move on.
I'm just gonna grab my lantern and start walking.
All right.
And I'm also going to cast a mass healing word.
Oh,
I'm going to convert 2 sorcery points into a first level spell slot.
Okay, well, I just rolled a 4, so that's 4 plus 3, so everyone heals 7 points.
all right.
Rhett, you get up, grab your lantern, and move like kind of where you figured down would be in this turn. And you see the same slit of light that Shioran saw. It seems to be the top of an archway. You could maybe fits your head through if your horns didn't get caught partway through. But you can see as you look through, it leads into kind of a small area about 40 by 20, and there's a hallway that kind of leads off to the side. Most of the rubble has fallen fell into this room, and it's kind of spread out all over, with the larger debris that fell at the stairs kind of blocking most of the entryway. It looks like it may be able to be shifted, but it would definitely take more just tell.
Orc.
Torque settles, shift to where he hears the sound, kind of walk over.
You see the same thing. There's a lot of debris blocking this entrance into what seems to be the exit. The only other way in this curved stairway pathway is the stairs up that are now all broken. So
Help me with this.
What's your passive for your strength? Your athletics, I should say.
Passive athletics is 16.
16. Okay. It's enough. I mean, it's a slow process, but if other people start helping,
Yeah.
It'll definitely start moving.
He might be strong, but
guys-
Shioran's not gonna let it make him do all of it alone.
So, a number of you go over there and start helping. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes to get the hole big enough that you guys could just kind of squeeze through.
And before we actually go, I'm going to go ahead and place a couple of cure wounds on the worst-looking people in our group. So, who was it that looks the most hurt?
I think it was Retribution and Merrick.
All right.
Well, Torque was
Torque, good.
hit by the shadow.
I was
person,
getting pretty
so-
fucked up.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
so
Torque
they
was the
might
one
look
with the
really bad,
lowest.
too.
I'm a bit over half.
All right.
I'm down by 28.
I think I'm down by 30. Or
I'm
maybe more.
technically down by 50, so
Oh yeah, I'm down by 36. But yeah.
So get Torque and Rhett first.
Okay. All right. So, with Therendor, that's the name of it, right? Therendor's blessing. The name of that god. D8. Attribution gets 4. Unfortunately, I rolled low on that one. And I rolled high on that one. Good. That's 10 for Torque. Alright. Hopefully that'll be a little bit better. But we can do more healing in a little bit if we need to.
I will pat Torque like this
Mhm.
and heal him. 10.
As this healing is going on, the the more perceptive ones of you hear something that sounds like it's coming down the hallway a ways. It's just perceptible, but it sounds like clanking metal and almost like some sort of gate is getting rattled open and then shut. Sounds a ways away though.
I heard nothing.
Is Bali still with us?
Yes, sorry. I forgot.
Oh yeah, how's Baldy looking?
NPCs, gotta love him. Bali looks fine.
Okay.
He landed and is a little like stretching his back a little bit as he's still mostly bare-chested, but he kind of twinges and is rolling his shoulders, and he helped with moving the boulders and whatnot out of the way too.
He does still have that mage armor for like 7.5 more hours.
I don't know where we are at the moment, unfortunately. I have to see further down.
All right.
Good job on finding this staircase, even though it kind of tried to kill us.
Oh,
I think at the very end, and all things considered, it's better than dealing with all of whatever the fuck those things were.
I agree.
Yeah, the less of those, the better.
At this point of about 10-15 minutes, you hear Torque finally take a breath.
Were you holding your breath?
Yes.
Why?
Because of not having to breathe.
Didn't want to sneeze.
Ah.
No.
The dust has settled at this point, and you're all covered in a layer of it.
Lots of mucus inside.
Bali is going to be the first one to actually squeeze his way through the exit you guys have made, and carefully as he can, kind of slide down the hill of debris that leads into this room to a hallway, and he kind of a bit of rock behind him as he gets down to the floor, pulls out his sword, and kind of goes to the wall and looks around. You see him peek his head out, and then he looks back up at whoever's at the entrance there, and he just kind of shrugs. He doesn't say anything.
I have my bow out. I'll go next.
All right. Once you get down there, you can see the hallway leads up about a good 60 feet to a T intersection that you can't quite see much else of.
I'll go next.
What's your passive perception, Kale?
That's pretty good. Hold on.
Yeah, no one mentioned the noises, so I think Shioran didn't think to put her.
That would be 16.
16. You hear what sounds like bare feet on stone, seemingly maybe coming closer. You know, it's hard to tell. It's a little too far off to tell.
I'm going to go ahead and ready an arrow.
Okay.
Just in case.
I know you mean shoeless feet, but my mind literally thought of a bear walking down the hall.
Bare feet.
Shioran points at our jellyfish and is like, "Should I put this away?"
Trying to be subtle. Would be a good idea.
Can bring back.
One more time, yeah.
Better
Subtle.
keep on hand.
Okay, so that's 1 vote for and 1 vote against.
Bali kind of
I can stay
looks
back.
like, I don't think we have time for voting. Drop it or not.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop it. Just to stay a little more stealthy.
There seems to be a bit of a change in Bali's demeanor. It definitely seems a bit more tense. Gripping his sword a little tighter.
Now that we're farther down, does the feeling of being watched increase?
It feels like it is actually just about straight north of where you are.
Alright.
Straight ahead, essentially. So you are.
Well,
you've definitely now gotten down to its
Down, and
level.
I'll start walking.
Yes.
Going straight.
Are people being stealthy?
I'll follow along.
Yeah.
I don't know if Retribution knows the meaning of stealth.
I'm not good at stealth, but I'm trying not
I'll
to make a lot of
attempt some
noise.
stealth.
I can attempt it, but
Go for it.
Throat down.
The sugar hallway was about
I have
60 foot
disadvantage.
long. How high is it?
Well,
got a nat one.
same.
The ceiling is about
Nat one.
10 feet up.
dirty 20 to hopefully help negate her nat 1.
There's two nat
Nat
ones. So.
one.
Nat 1. What was your
So
Sharon?
it's a 3.
Nat 1 plus 0.
You both got nat 1s?
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeebus. Okay.
I'm first. So.
Caleb's
Also
gotta
got
sit
dirty
back a
20.
little bit and be
Yeah, you guys
arrow
should stay
support.
back. I'll take the brunt of whatever happens.
All right.
Torque climbs up onto the ceiling of the hallway, and he's got an 18.
All right. So Torque just gets upside down
My-
on the ceiling.
In my defense, my armor's really messed up.
Yeah, it is. What was yours, Shauna?
I think I got startled by the noise.
20.
Sorry, what was that? And who's talking?
Sorry.
Dirty 20.
So most of you are stealthy, save for Rhett and Shauna, as the two of them kind of like go around the corner, and Rhett's armor's clink, 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 clanking, and Shioran's not being stealthy herself. You can hear her footprints as her footsteps as they are kind of padding down this hallway that's kind of like echoing, and the rest of you are all kind of following a little bit more behind. But the two of them definitely go a little bit ahead, and what you see, and what you notice first as you get down, is you hear footfalls, like things are moving, and then they stop, and then they seem to separate. Like one seems to be going off to the right, one seems to be going off to the left, and it's definitely getting closer on both ends. And you can see as you get closer to the end of the hallway that the T intersection is right and left, and then up on either end. It looks like it's a split hallway. It goes to the left and right, and it sounds like there's something coming down both ways.
Oop. Torque is apparently upside down.
I'm feeling. I'm just gonna keep walking.
I'll be somewhere in like the middle of our arrangement.
I'm definitely towards the back.
All right, we'll do it that way. Just a moment.
Man, I can't wait till Tailspire actually becomes viable to use.
Give me just 1 second here.
Mm-hmm.
One part I forgot to prepare for.
That's alright. I'm so used to doing that. So right before the sale was over, I decided to pick up the couple of the dice that they had on D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
Elder Heart,
that's
the one I just got, and so far, it's doing really well.
I could probably do that and roll better. Because this die, I've seen it used to be a like a all or nothing type die. Like I'd either roll really high or really low, and now it just seems to roll a lot low now. I don't know what changed, but
That brought back a core memory of you getting your dice.
well, it's not the same one.
Damn.
This is the one that I got from Tori.
Yeah, but whenever you got your first dice, you know.
Yeah, and you got all those trays and stuff.
I still have
Yeah,
2 of those
you
because
were
I gave
so
one to Ian and
excited.
one to Brian. had to start my dice goblin habit somewhere.
All right. Figured out.
How long have we been playing with each other? Now.
So always
About 8 months.
Are we talking about just this campaign?
No, I
No, the
think
first
they've been
campaign.
the whole time.
First campaign was well over a year ago at this point.
I think we started. Didn't we start in 2020?
Well, I mean, you, me, and
We started over COVID.
Yeah, COVID. But like the immediate group was a while back. But what you see first, Rhett, as you are getting to the edge of this court, is a very strange couple of creatures. They look like more lizard-esque, bipedal toads almost. The one on the right, as it's coming around the corner, is a crimson red with these long claws, and it's very exaggerated bowed legs and looking very sharply kind of around a little bit. It hasn't nosed quite yet. The one on the left, as you kind of like press yourself against the wall and you kind of look, as that one does see you, as it is a creature on the left coming around the corner. It is a very similar, but a little bit more stocky, and a very dark blue color all across its body. And you see it kind of look up, kind of squint its eyes, looks over to like across the hallway, and you see the red one quickly move its head towards you. There doesn't seem to be any verbal cues from either of them, and they immediately start to both get ready.
Could I, in kind of like a deep voice, I want to say in Primordial, just because like I doubt they know Infernal. They might know Primordial. I don't know. I'm just gonna say let us pass, and I want to intimidate them.
All right, make an intimidation check at disadvantage, just because they don't understand Primordial.
All right. Well, you know, get the whole.
Yeah, that's why.
A nat 20 is the first one. Great.
Hey, double nat 20s is always a thing.
It's not double nat 20, but it was good. I got an 18 for the second one, but I got a +7 to intimidation. So whatever that math is.
So 18 plus 7. Okay, so 25. Decent roll. You kind of let off this air of this odd speech comes out that some of you don't really understand. I think most of you don't understand. And it doesn't sound like speech. It sounds more like rushing of air and crackling fire and rushing water, kind of just pouring. The noise is kind of pouring out of Rhett's mouth as they hold themselves to a very, just kind of stand straight, puff out their chest, just taking on a very intimidating posture. And the two of them, which look like they were about to rush, kind of stop and hold themselves off. They don't run, but they definitely don't rush immediately. But we will take initiative now.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. You said you wanted us to roll initiative on D&D Beyond.
If you want to. It's not required. It's just if you do it, it does it automatically. So,
Oh, right. Let's test that out.
Yep, so Torx came in at 10, Kale's at 14, Red's at 19.
Ooh.
I have advantage on my initiative.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
so it's actually nat 20.
Yep.
Almost a nat 20, and then rolled to a 2.
Did mine come in?
You
yes.
got a nat 20?
Okay.
Yours at 17.
Almost.
I did.
I don't know, you can just roll
Oh,
normally
you,
if you'd like.
you get your advantage.
18.
Yeah, mine didn't roll at advantage. So give me a moment.
To roll at advantage for those on D&D Beyond, just hold down the button or right-click if you're on a computer, and it will give you the option to roll at advantage.
Got it. So yeah, 10.
Interesting.
Right. So the first one in initiative order would be Kale.
Okay, so I'm gonna let loose with my bow.
You are not aware of whatever is going on at the moment.
Okay, that's my bad then.
Yeah, no, you just kind of heard and see Rhett at the end of the hallway looking very, just kind of puts on this very intimidating air and says something in a language you don't understand. That's
Okay.
about all the information you have at the moment.
Okay, well, since I'm towards the back, right?
Mhm.
And obviously she's noticed something come there, I'm going to go ahead and ready an arrow.
Okay.
Just in case anything aggressive comes out and takes an attack towards Rhett or anyone at the front.
Sounds good. Are you just staying where you're at?
Yeah, I can't move anywhere because everyone else is in front of me.
Mm-hmm. All right. And that'll go to Retribution.
I'm just gonna walk forward towards them.
All right. How far would you like to go? And in which direction?
How far away are they from me? Sorry.
5, 10, 15, 25, 10, 15, 20. So the red creature is about 25 feet to your left, and the other one is about 30 feet to your, 25 feet to your right, and the other one is 30 feet to your left.
So there's a left and right passage, and there's also like continuing in front of us, right?
It's just a wall in front of you.
Oh,
So it's a T intersection that kind of curves off to either end.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I should say a Y intersection, I should say, sorry.
Yeah, why?
Okay. Do I get a feeling of which way I should be going? Can I tell?
It is more to the right, slightly.
All right, well then I'm gonna walk towards the right one, and I'm just gonna say move, and I'm going to walk towards them. And I will try to intimidate them again.
You get about 25 feet towards it. It is not large in the sense of like large size, but it is a large creature with these sick tails coming out of its hands. And as you approach, it kind of gets in this ready position. How would you like to intimidate them?
Do the come at me, bro, please.
I guess that's what I'll do.
You know what I'm talking about with the fucking arms, and you're just like, what? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
All right.
And I'm gonna tell them to move. I know they don't understand me, or
make a intimidation check at disadvantage, just because there's a language barrier.
right. Okay, disadvantage. Okay, that's not terrible. Could have been better. 11 plus 7, 18.
18. You see that they are staying on more of the defensive. They're getting ready. They don't run, but they're very wary of you. You definitely are imposing yourself as a physical threat, more so, and your intimidating tone that's kind of throwing it off. You see it glance to the wall next to it, to your left, kind of glancing that direction a little bit, and then kind of glancing past you as well, but it's holding its ground at the moment.
That's what I'm gonna do on my turn.
All right. Shauna.
I'm gonna have to go because I'm getting tummy aches, but I trust you to not kill my character. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of anything and everything that looks like it's gonna come at me weird.
All right.
Or at Rhett weird. Or at Kale weird. I don't really care too much about all the other people. Obviously. I don't know them.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't
I'll try
even
to,
know
like-
you.
Yeah.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Talk to you guys later.
Feel better?
Yeah.
Later.
All right. So
I gotta fix
she's
that now.
Got a movement of 60 feet. Gets there. And she just wanted to beat the crap out of things, so I'll move her into combat to beat the crap out of things.
She also doesn't understand primordial, I think. Don't mind the technical stuff of me readjusting captures.
So she did say if things look like they're hostile, basically towards Rat and or Kale.
Yep, and that's why she
Not-
is
Not
going-
us though.
Yeah,
Not us. Though.
and that's why she's going to flank with Rhett as she dashes into, uses her bonus action to do Step of the Wind to get all the way around, and then is going to take a couple of swings with her fans. Which will just hit him.
I'm going to assume that's good because I can't really make a projector to double check my work. So if that's off, I'm sorry for the people on stream.
Seems about right on stream.
Yeah. I still have 6 more to go.
So the actually wait, hold on. Oh, nope, does full damage. All right, she slices in with the first fan, cuts across its back as it's paying attention to you, Red, more as it kind of like eyes Shauna as she goes around to the back and does kind of like a side kind of cartwheel through the air, slices it with the fan, and then comes in with the second one.
Old Ariel.
21 will definitely hit. Doing another 8 points of damage. As she slices twice into the creature as it kind of turns back to her. She gets getting these long claws ready to attack, kind of holding its back to the wall, trying to keep an eye on both of you.
All right, can I let off my arrow?
You can't see anything. You're still
Okay,
way
so-
back.
okay,
Nothing's
way
moving
back.
forward. Can you not see the map?
No, I can.
Okay, I understand. Nothing's it's still out of your line of sight, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's, I believe it's dark here. So
There's a little torchlight in here.
Yeah.
It definitely seems like these things live down here, it seems.
okay.
Oh, okay.
But that is her full movement, bonus action, and action. Now it is this creature's turn.
By the way, this is what takes me so long when I'm when we're getting ready for stream. One of the things.
Rhett, you see, and Shauna would see this too, but you see the cuts on its back as it is kind of like pressing itself there. You can see the slices on its neck, on its back where Shauna hit it, as the wounds start to close up very quickly. And it is going to make 3 attacks. 2 at Shauna and 1 at you, Rhett.
Right.
11 will miss. 43 definitely hits Shauna. She doesn't have any reaction she can do. Five points of piercing damage as it goes for a first bite. And misses with that, goes in for a second one and crunches into her leg as she goes to try to back off from the first attack. And that was 5.
Oh, you know what?
And then is going to swing around at you with its claws. Right?
All right.
15 to hit.
Just hits, because my armor's fucked.
Right. So that'll be 5 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, that was not good. That's a 13. Or very low.
Okay. It scratches along your armor with 2 of its claws, hooking into one section that was kind of burnt away. And you feel it kind of pierce into your chest, and then it quickly rips it out and kind of. And that is its turn. Shioran, your turn.
Sorry, I'm thanking Sparrowbell for the raid that we just got.
Nice.
E or
So, Sparrowbell. There we go. All right, it's my turn. So I know. Well, I guess I'd figure out, given that it's attacking now, that Shauna has instigated this fight.
You definitely hear combat, and you definitely saw Red and Shauna both just move out in
Yeah.
the hallway,
Um,
and you hear growling and battling happen.
Shioran actually speaks Primordial, so she knows what Retribution was trying to do.
Yep.
And then Shauna runs forth.
So yeah, you'd move forward and you'd see Rhett and Shauna cornering something. You can see bits and pieces of it as it is kind of around the corner a little bit, with Rhett kind of covering most of it. So it has about 3/4 cover from you at the moment with the corner and Rhett there. But it seems to be a large red strange creature, and then off to the left you see a burlier looking blue creature.
Yeah.
Toad-like. And this one has claws, but different from the other ones. It has 2 hooked kind of claws that are coming out the back of its hand that reach down and curve past its hand, instead of the finger claws that the red one has.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and move into this corner. I was 1, 5, 10, and that would be. Would that? I start with 10 or 5 for diagonal.
So it's 10 every other diagonal.
Okay, so I start with 5 for a diagonal.
Yep.
All right, so that would be 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I think I can make that with 30. Into this corner over here, and I am going to. Since we're in the middle of a battle, I'm going to go ahead and frostbite the one that they're fighting. That's a Constitution saving throw of 15. Constitution 15.
Are you doing it on the red one?
Yeah, the red one.
Con.
Oh, for the people who just raided, we had someone leave, and I am currently fixing the captures. So.
18 for the saving throw.
All right, so it doesn't do anything. But
Cheshire Monkey, welcome in. I love your crit roll. Hello, bees.
as a bonus action, what are my bonus actions? It's been a couple weeks. I want to save my other starry form, so I'm. Yeah, let's go ahead and use my last level 1 spell slot. No. I guess I'm not going to use a bonus action right now.
Alright.
Alright. So basically my turn just didn't amount to much.
Alright.
Alright. I was half distracted with the fixing the captures. Come on. Get to the top.
there. She's gonna move down here. So the blue one comes around the corner and sees you, Shior, in there, and you see it just kind of as it uses action to dash toward you, so it can't attack you. But it looks like it's getting ready to with these wicked claws and its bared teeth.
Yeah.
It looks a little.
Would Dale have seen it as it was running past the?
Technically, yes. So you could let it off, but with the people that are in your way, it does have 3/4 cover with 3 people in the way of the hallway, just so you're aware.
And also, with people around, I don't think Kale wants to thread it through them too.
So it's up to you if you want to attack.
No, I'm gonna wait till I have a better angle.
Okay. But that is its turn. It has used its action to get you. Merrick.
1 second, I'm counting distance. I will bonus action cast Flame Stride,
All right.
and I will try to get as far up the hallway as I can, having 2 people that aren't in combat yet in there.
Can you choose who that doesn't hurt?
I don't believe so, unfortunately. It says when you move within 5 feet of a creature or object that isn't being worn or carried.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to like move past them and then do it?
Yes.
All right. So 30 feet would get you past volley, and then you could cast it, which would give you, I think it's 20 extra feet.
Yeah,
So at most you'd hurt volley.
that's fine. Fuck Volley.
Oh.
So
Well, hey, it doesn't say creatures that I start within 5 feet. It's when I move within 5 feet.
sure, we'll let that go for now because you're trying to protect your allies.
Yeah.
But Merrick gets past volley, and Torque and Kale, you both see Merrick's feet just light on fire, like he's almost combusting, and you see him just take off faster than you've ever seen him.
I picture it's like Fire Lord Ozai when he's flying through and fighting Aang, just like the bolts of fire on his feet. Yeah, that's how I'm imagining it. And I'm gonna move.
I'm
Right
as
up-
far as the 20 feet to get you. That's a full 50 feet from where you were. Is that a bonus action spell?
Yeah.
You could dash.
Where did I start?
You started right in front of Kale. And then each of them were 10 feet.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they would count as 10 feet or not, being they're not in combat.
Just because it's the
Would Torque
narrow
since he's on
hallway.
the ceiling?
Oh, yeah, okay, so yeah, Torque was up the ceiling, I forgot about that. So just Bali was in the way, but it's just because of the narrow hallway. So you still have, so it would be 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. So you could move up 5 extra feet.
Alright, I'll do that.
So you're at the end of the hallway.
I'll bonus action, move up, and then because I have 50 feet, I will get close to the blue slot, burn him a little bit, and then back up to the corner to the left.
All right. Does that spell prevent attacks of opportunity?
Yes, it does.
You let me know how much damage.
4.
That should be good.
You see that as you pass towards it and kind of almost slide into it with your feet, burning it slightly, you see that the fire doesn't do as much damage as you'd like, and then you move over to the corner you said?
Yeah.
And that'll be your... Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, Torque.
Torque will crawl along the ceiling to the mouth of the tunnel. That is his 40 feet.
and you do kind of go up a little bit as the outside of the hallway, the ceiling does kind of raise slightly, so you're about 15 feet or so up above the ground now, as you see these
Okay.
creatures fighting your allies.
Okay, good to know. I'm then going to go ahead and unleash the tentacle. There was no good way to say that. And
It is whip, so you do
I
have reach,
will.
which unfortunately,
Yeah.
because of how high you are, doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I'm just outside of range of that. Even if I were to like stand up and cling with just my toes. But I will. I'll ready the whip in case anything is within reach of me.
All right. Bally's turn.
I think I basically just made it so that this thing could basically be flanked really easily.
He is going to get up and flank with his action, unfortunately, to dash there. And that will move on back to the top of the round. Kale.
I'm going to, not much I can do at the moment.
You want to move up?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move up, but I'm not gonna be able to get to an angle yet.
Yeah, 30 gets you a little past halfway of the hallway.
I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and use my action to dash. So, I'm always gonna get to everyone else.
So you can either move up. You can get to above Bali, or you can stay back towards Merrick. What would you rather have?
I'm going to stay next to Torque,
Okay.
above him.
Above him.
Yep.
Above him, quote unquote.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, technically, he
Alright.
looks above him from Torque's
Yeah.
perspective.
Anything else for you?
I guess I still have a bonus action.
You do.
I have a bonus action. I'm gonna inspire Bali.
You inspire in any specific way?
I'm gonna inspire him. It's like, okay, use that sword. Let me see how good of a swordsman you are.
You see him kind of holding it with two hands, getting ready to swing at it. Shauna and Torque and Kale. You all notice the blue creature when Bali gets behind it. It seems to eye him and then looks at Shiorn as like the target it was going after, but seems to kind of look at him in a strange way, and you see Bali getting ready, just getting an angry face, ready to attack, and it seems to almost like not know what to do for a second, and then gets it ready to defend itself. It's an odd kind of like hesitation for some reason. It seemed confident in its attack towards Shiorn, but Ellison seems to hesitate as Bali gets close.
You know, I thought of it the first time we met Bali. The Link to the Past, the what's it called? The thieves dungeon where you lead supposed Princess Zelda out of try to lead her out of the dungeon, and she's like, "No, we need to go somewhere else." And then you lead her to the entrance to another room, and that she turned out to be the boss. I've been thinking that, but like I wasn't really certain. That right there is giving me a little bit more of that kind of vibe.
Unfortunately, I've never played that game, so
Okay.
this is me personally.
You should. It's actually.
No, I
it's,
just think toads hate dwarves.
it's that's one of my favorite Zelda games, and that's saying something because there's a lot of good Zelda games out there.
All right, Retribution, your turn.
Since my intimidation to walk by plan has kind of been wrecked,
Yeah.
I guess I will attack.
All right, you give advantage because you are flanking with Shauna.
Sweet. Okay. The first attack is a 25 to hit.
Definitely is.
Okay. And I do 13 damage.
All right, is your sword?
It's not magical, not this one.
It does do full damage. How much you said? 11?
I did 13.
13.
And then with my second attack, oh, that's a natural 20. Since I
Very
got a
nice.
natural 20, I will divine smite it
Smite this bitch.
at second level because why not? So let me grab dice. I need 46, and then I need how many d8s?
Depends on what level you pass me.
Second level. Sorry, I'm just trying to. What? 1, 2.
It is unfortunately not a fiend or undead to the expert.
Oh, that's alright. I'll just roll them twice. Okay. 10, 15, 18. That's 24 from the sword without the smite. And then it's 28 plus 8.
You come down with the first swing, cut into this thing's side as it now pays more attention to you. You come back around as you raise up the sword. It lights up with radiant power. You swing down, catching this thing in the shoulder as the blade sinks in partway through its chest. As a nice big wound, you rip it out as the blade almost catches in its skeleton in its shoulder, and pull it out, and it's just roiling in pain. You see the wound itself almost cauterized by the radiant damage that you ripped into it. Just... And yeah, it looks hurt and not happy.
I do not have a bonus action, so that's up for me.
All right, Shauna's going to continue the assault on this thing before it can continue to heal.
We're having a little dance party in the chat.
I'm just gonna go bonus action attack. Oh, got to add in the sneak damage, so... So she misses with her last bonus action attack, but the 2 that she got in continue to wreck this thing. As you see, it's the blood of this creature, which is an odd kind of red tinged with green that is kind of splashed on the ground as just kind of pooling under this creature as it is cut to ribbons. It's still barely standing, but it is still standing, unfortunately, at the end of her turn. The wounds will partially heal. Not a lot, but it's enough that some of them start to heal up and he's able to kind of hold himself up. He is going to just go out and he's going to bite at you first, Rhett. Eight.
This is.
And he's going to make 2 claw attacks against Shauna. 22 will definitely hit. 4 points. And she's going to make a con save, and she gets a +4 from you, correct?
Yep.
Definitely makes it. And misses with a 9 for a second attack. So it misses you with the bite, goes for her with 1 claw, and is able to kind of feint backwards and slices across her side with his claws and goes in for a second one, but she's able to just kind of literally hop over it as it kind of swipes at her lower body, and she lands and in trouble. Shioran, your turn. You're face to face with this blue thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to die, and it seems to have attempted to try and corner me, so I'm going to use Shioran's Cold Snap. So, with advantage because flanking, I believe. 14 plus 6. 20?
20 definitely hits.
Alright. So it's... I'm gonna go with the 1d8. The two-handed swipe with my trident.
Mm-hmm. What kind of damage is this?
Slashing.
Okay.
And then it's also got some freezing additional.
Alright. And for resistances to cold, that you're...
I bypass resistance.
With what specifically? Can you read it to me? Just want to know if it's spells specifically.
Good point. But technically it was a spell, so spells you cast ignore a resistance to cold damage. In addition, when you roll for a spell you cast that deals cold damage, you can create any one on a die as a 2.
Alright.
Yeah. I cast Shioran's Cold Snap, and that's basically like Booming Blade but with ice.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a 2 plus 3. No, yeah, 2 plus 3. So I did 5 slashing damage and 1d8 cold damage. That's another 5 cold damage. And double checking how that works. On a hit, target suffers the weapon's normal effects and then becomes coated in a layer of frost. So as the blade hits and sinks into, as the trident hits and sinks into its flesh, it leaves a trail of ice, which begins to spread across its body. And then if it takes an attack before the end of my next turn, it takes 1d8 cold damage again.
All right. You stab into it with the trident, and it kind of spreads along the wound over its side, and it's kind of spreading across the body. You can see there's almost a weird kind of confused look on its face. Anything else, Shooting?
bonus action. I want to keep my last starry form. So, only thing I can do as a bonus action is Healing Word. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Healing Word Retribution, because she's still the one with the most damage, if I recall correctly. No, wait, Torque is the one with the most damage.
Torque's not too bad. The one's actually, honestly, the one that's looking the worst out of everybody right now is Shauna.
Shauna, then.
Yeah, because Shauna just took those big hits.
Ah, yes, I'm sorry. I was paying attention to the stream stuff.
The one thing I like about this D&D Beyond thing is I can actually see all your guys' health in real time.
Okay, where is Healing Word? That is 1d4 plus 3. Okay. I'll use this d4. It's 5 healing.
That's how much he gets, 5?
Yeah. Wait. No, I two-handed it, so I don't have, Yes, I get another d4, I'm sorry. And that's another 4, so a total of 9.
She definitely looks a little healthier. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that'll be it.
Alright. So it is the blue creature's turn. You see it also has some healing powers as the frost is still there, but the wound from your trident seals up almost completely. There's just a few little poke holes that were left. It definitely has a decent regenerative property.
Yeah, I should probably do something that's more damaging.
It is going to make 3 attacks against you, Shauna.
Insurance.
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry. 26.
That's fine.
26 to hit you, Shauna.
That definitely hits. Also, 5 cold damage.
You take 15 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
As it bites into like your shoulder area. You just feel its teeth sink in.
That actually hurt.
15 to hit you.
15 is my... Okay, the rule about not casting 2 leveled spells per turn, does that include reactions?
No. Reactions, you can cast a leveled spell, and it's not your turn anyways right now, so anyway, it wouldn't count. I mean, it wouldn't matter towards that. You can cast a reaction spell right now if you'd like.
Well, I can't...
It is technically a different turn now that it's the blue creature's turn, so you can... I mean,
well, I don't... Shield doesn't seem to have a higher level cast, so I guess I'm just going to allow it.
The shield spell?
Yeah.
So if you cast that right now as your reaction, you go up to a 20 AC.
I would, but I don't have any more first levels, and it doesn't seem to have a higher level cast.
You can cast it at a higher level. It just doesn't add anything to it. That's just if you want to waste a second level spell slot on it. Sorry, I shouldn't say waste. Use a second level spell on it.
Honestly, it's probably worth it. So bring it up to 20 for the rest of the round.
So you cast the shield spell quickly as you see its claw come, its like hooked claw around its hand come to go, and it kind of scratches along the magical barrier. There's going to be one more.
Yeah.
For a 20.
Well, on the bright side, I managed to reduce the damage from 3 hits to 2.
So 8 points of slashing damage as the second one comes in you were quite ready for, and it digs into your side and kind of lifts you up a little bit with it. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
All right. Also, I'm down to about half. Constitution. That was only 8 damage, so the DC would be 8, right?
This isn't
I mean,
concentration.
10. Oh, it's
This
not?
isn't for
Okay.
concentration.
Constitution saving throw is 13 Do I still get the thing from Retribution, or is that a specific
You are
timing thing?
within 10 feet. You are within 10 feet of them.
Okay, so
10 feet of them. So yeah.
17 total.
17. All right. You feel something try to take hold in your system, but the divine protection that is coming from Rhett seems to stave it off, and you are as it rips the cloud from you. It looks at you kind of confused.
Hmm.
But that is its turn. Merrick.
Are each of these squares 5 feet?
Yes. More white squares than the actual battle squares.
Yeah.
No, Max, perfect. I try to get it as aligned as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets really hard sometimes. Especially when the map corners, like the walls, have extra dimension to them.
Mm-hmm.
It also doesn't help if they're the incorrect size.
Yeah.
Roll 20 should give you an option to fix stuff like that.
They have an align to grid option, but it doesn't.
Yeah, the align to grid is really flawed.
Alright, never mind. That changes my plan because the squares aren't as wide as I was hoping they would be. I will do a Eldritch Blast if you want.
Alright.
Uh, 20 for the first one.
20.
And a 24 for the second one.
Hits.
That is a total of 15 damage.
15 damage. Red beams of energy shoot from your hand, sail past Bali and strike at this creature in the back. And it takes it and just seems to kind of doesn't phase it too much. It takes the damage, but it's definitely still concentrating on Shioran at the moment. Anything else?
Then I will quicken spell. And do it again. That's going to be a 19 for the first one.
19 definitely hits.
And a natural 20 for the second.
There you go.
Nice.
$23 points of damage for that one.
So this time, as you hit it with the first one, hits it in the shoulder, and as it goes to actually turn towards you, the second one just strikes it right in the face, and it just slowly turns towards to look at you with this. Fuck that! It's now you've got its attention.
I'm going to wink at it and move 50 feet up. I'm going to try to go around as much as I can so I can get on top of where Shauna and Rhett are with that red one so I can get a better view on that.
You get there with 50. I will say, as you pass by that doorway on the left, you are met with a stench that you were already smelling in that corner, by the way. A lot of you are smelling as well, I should say. But Merrick, definitely, as you pass by, you see a room piled high with bloody, rotting corpses.
So it's a familiar stench?
Yeah.
Alright. This isn't our first body pile.
No, it's not. Anything else, Merrick?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right. Tor, Krana.
Sorry, I was mid-fry. If I were to stand on my toes and cling to the ceiling with my raptor toe, would I be within striking range of the blue boy?
You got right above him.
Okay. In that case, I will go ahead and just drop down from the ceiling.
All right. Just make a dexterity saving throw for me, just real quick.
14.
14. Yeah, you're able to avoid all the damage. So you kind of.
Yeah, then I'll move right behind Red.
Alright.
I'm no longer upset. Once I'm standing there, I see the red one, right?
Yep. It's definitely looking a lot more hurt than the blue one.
I'll go ahead and just overhand the tentacle over my shoulder to try and strike it.
Alright. It is at disadvantage.
Figured.
As you, and I'll explain at the very least for you to realize why, is as you go to do, there's that same resistance with the weapon.
16 to hit.
Hits.
Uh, 7 slashing damage, and then I need to roll a d6 on my own. And 5 psychic.
You see it wince in pain at the psychic, and also the lash of the pincered whip as it stabs into the side of it. It rips out as blood kind of across the ground as it whips back to your position.
Alright, and with that, I'll go ahead and grab my evil law and just take a swipe at the blue boy.
Right, you just see this fleshy protrusion whip past your head and then whip back.
22 on blue boy.
22 definitely hits.
And 8 piercing.
Slash into it. Anything else?
Let me quickly check if I've got any good ones. No, nothing worth doing. I don't want to put this in my mouth.
All right. Nobody's turn. Advantaged melee attack against the blue one. .22 definitely hitting. For 15 points of damage. Gonna make another swing.
Whoa, I just heard something breaking in there.
That one misses, and he makes a third attack. For 23. For another 11 points of damage.
What will take it a third attack at?
If you're a fighter, 11. And yeah, so he rips into this blue creature 3 times, missing once as it is able to kind of like knock away the blade, but he quickly comes around with tailored skill, cuts across its gut as kind of holding the wound, and it's looking at him with almost a weird, like, pleading look on its face as it is kind of holding itself in between the two of them.
Bleeding, huh?
Kale, your turn.
What would I need to do for? Does Kale notice it? That kind of look?
Yeah, you'd notice the look on the creature's face. It's hard to read necessarily because it's not a humanoid face. It's more the eyes, but it's just what you pick up. It's a weird kind of.
It's almost like the Hulk scene where he was turning into the Hulk in the Avengers kind of thing.
Sort of. It's
Okay.
It's more of just he felt the pain, and it seemed like the pain was a shock to him, almost.
Okay. Do I gamble with a spell slot?
Can't see the red one from your end. The blue one is looking injured.
Well, apart from me seeing it out to myself, I'd like to move one square over.
Mhm.
And the sword's coming out.
All right. Make your attack.
Okay. As a 17.
17 hits.
And that is... a 11 damage.
Down, slice into the side of this thing. This kid is surrounded, is looking desperate at this point. Can't seem to go anywhere, and it's looking definitely more injured. Anything else?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to third level healing word, Fjord.
All right.
For 12 damage.
12 healing.
12 healing.
Please
I heal
don't-
12 damage.
You're killing Shioran.
Damn it! No. That would have taken me around a fourth of my health.
That should help.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right. Is that it for you, Kel?
Yeah.
All right. Retribution.
Going to swing.
It's looking real rough.
All right, that is what's that? Plus, I know how to do math. 24.
24 definitely hits.
Okay. So that does. Get to reroll that. Nice. 16 damage.
How do you want to kill this thing?
Okay. I am going to look it in the eye, and I guess I'll speak in common for the first part, and I'll say you should have left when you had the chance. And then I'm gonna say something in Infernal. Do any of you guys understand Infernal? No, right?
No.
Nope.
I'll say something to it in Infernal, and then I will stick my sword right next to you.
So you reach back, you say this to him, and then as you stick it through his neck, gargling in pain as it is dying, you hear something, not in your ears, but in your mind. It is a weird, guttural voice that just says, "You will be food." And then it keels over and dies.
Okay.
Only she heard that, or
She heard it in her mind.
no one else heard it?
You gotta stop dissing people's moms in Infernal, man.
That would be funny if that's what I was doing.
And yeah, It is dead. Well, you still have another attack if you want to move around and attack the blue one.
Sure.
This thing is
Well-
royally fucked at this point.
Look at
Well,
that.
I get do I
There's
get an
no-
advantage from like flanking?
I'm gonna say at this
Yeah.
point, yeah. There's no. I mean, the rules on that are kind of wonky, but like, yeah, you guys are literally all surrounding, just being.
I got
this
another
thing.
natural 20.
There you go.
I'm getting shot
Okay.
in the dead vibes.
This right here is literally that scene with
Alright.
in JoJo Part 5, where the guy is getting beaten up, and then one of the gang stars is just sitting there drinking, and then it immediately cuts to him joining in and kicking.
It's one of the best scenes ever.
You said he looked really rough, or just kind of rough?
He looks injured.
Looks injured. Okay, I'll guess. No, I won't smite him. I'll just hit him normal. So that is a 10, 15, 22 points of damage.
No, he's looking severely injured at this point.
All right, that's all for me.
Right. On to Shauna. Can't really get into attack it. I don't think does she have range? Let me check.
I'm sure someone will move to the side if she asks.
She's got a crossbow.
She does have a crossbow. And because of her being a Kensai, that counts as a monk weapon.
You know,
So she will fire off the crossbow. We'll have a bit of cover from her though, as there's a bunch of people in the way. Fire into a crowd and all that.
She needs that sharpshooter.
Unfortunately, it's a natural 1.
Right in Torque's ass.
Yeah, I was about to say. So I take that bolt, right?
So there's going to be a separate attack roll against you, Torque.
Funny.
A dirty 20. Does that hit?
Wow.
So 7 points of piercing damage.
You've always wanted an ear ring, right?
So there's a little twang, and then you
This
just
is just another one of the piercings for Torque. He's got like 20 of them.
and there's you quickly look down, and there's just a fletched bolt just sticking out of your butt.
If Kale can, he's going to kind of glare at Shauna.
She just quickly ducks the crossbow back behind her back, like nothing happened.
Pretend she never
butt
had it in the
drum one you
first
got
place.
there.
Looking behind her, like, where did that come from?
Yeah, it was a very judgmental glare from Kale too.
Unfortunately, that doesn't do with that, since it's that really bonus action doesn't really help her here. So, that is dead. Shiorin, your turn.
All right, well, I was thinking about making a joke and saying I cast Ice Knife so we all take damage, but nah.
Like Chaos Ray.
The best part of that is it would bypass your own resistance.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're used to full damage.
Okay, so I don't want to use another spell slot, so I'm just going to try with the Cold Snap again.
Go for it.
All right, and of course, I have advantage. That's a 19 plus 6. 25.
Alright. Yep.
So damage is 1d8 piercing and 1d8 ice. Try the black d8. Alright, so piercing is 4 plus 3, so 7 piercing and 3 ice. And if it takes another attack this turn, it's going to take more damage.
You guys are so good at this. So good at this. Is there anything else, Shiorin?
How are we so good at what?
Good at
Literally anything else, wink.
Literally anything else?
Do you want to do anything else for your turn, sure?
I don't really have any damage dealing bonus action. So
End your turn then?
I'm gonna save the second win for later.
Alright.
Alright. Anyone need healing? Well, no, I don't have that much spell slots left.
Alright. So the damage you just did to it seems to close up. It's still plenty injured, but the damage you immediately did. It is going to make a desperate claw attack against...
2 extra damage.
Alright.
I'm not built for close combat encounters now.
It is going to take one more swipe at you, Shuren, and see if it can get you with its claw. 24.
Yeah, that hits me.
Actually, sorry, I had the wrong thing. 26.
No, it's too high.
Surprisingly, that doesn't hit.
So, I forgot Sharon's non-Antonian. 9 points of slashing damage and another Constitution saving throw. You are again defeated.
Yep. So plus 7 in total. I rolled low, so 8 plus 7 is 15. No.
Yep.
Yes, 15.
That's fine. You just made it.
Damn.
So you are able to make the save against whatever is trying to spread into your body from its claws to try again. 17 to hit.
17. You know what? Shield.
All right. And
Something
then
just
we'll
broke
try to-
again.
and then I'll try to bite at Retribution as just a last-ditch thing. For 13.
Miss.
And then it just kind of
Like-
looks back. It's just ripped to shreds. This thing is pretty much almost done. Merrick, your turn.
I'll move around that corner. Not close enough to burn Shauna, though.
Right.
And then I will Eldritch Blast the
All right.
blue guy. That is going to be a 17
Just hits with the cover.
and higher than 17.
All right.
That's a nice straw Zen gets you.
A 14 points of force damage.
Yeah, no, nice and red.
How would you like to end this thing?
I want the first hit to cause its head to turn slightly, and the second hit to hit its cheek just enough to snap the neck.
And just kind of, and it doesn't really have much of a neck. It is basically just an odd like frog reptilian type of protrusion from the shoulders, but it's enough that it like twists the muscles around. So instead of turning all the way back, the head, instead of facing forward, is now facing up and turned around. So it's at a very weird angle, and then just crumbles to the ground. And as you guys take that breath after the battle, we'll take a quick 15-minute break here. We'll go to the bathroom, get snacks and stuff like that, and we'll come back at, I'll just say, 10 minutes to the hour.
Sure. I put a lot of points into Shioran being more about the healing than fighting up close. Alright.
Torque is gonna rip these things' hands off the second he's able to.
We'll see you all in just a bit.
Raiders that showed up, thank you for coming here. Thank you for sticking around if you did. We really appreciate it.
Cheetos. Hey chat, how y'all doing? Nah, man, you're not hated. We just finished the fight, that's all. That's our DM for the other D&D game I play, Brian and I play in.
Right on.
That said, I actually am starting a new session on Sunday afternoons. Not Sunday, excuse me, Saturday afternoons, where I'm going to be playing Mackenzie, the Battlesmith Artificer. When she was younger, she lost her right arm and leg to a dragon and replaced them with constructs of her own making. How you doing, Tristan? You two seem to enjoy the Wandas. Wandas is what Brian, Ian, and I call Wendy's sometimes. We have our own food language. Doing good. Cleaning up after a cat that said, "Fuck you" to a glass of Sprite.
Classic cat.
Make sure you get all the glass up. Ah, metal cup. Okay. That makes it easier to deal with. What kind of frosty did you get, Zangetsu?
Sorry, what was that?
What kind of frosty you get?
Chocolate.
Anyone die this session? 2 frog creatures.
No, luckily we only took some cutscene damage at the start. Or rather, reverse cutscene damage, because, you know. So anyway, now Torque has a ranged ammunition from each sibling.
Is he gonna use it, or is he just keeping
No,
it?
he's just gonna collect them.
Okay, collector type. DM is taking it too easy this session. I expect Cthulhu in the next part of this session. You know what? We might actually get it, because it's like we're probably going to be getting to the boss battle of this arc soon. And it is an otherworldly creature. Should I go more into fighter so that I get better physical stuff? I really didn't. I'm the only one that can see your messages? No, if others are in chat, they can see it too.
I'm also in chat. I just don't respond all that much. I know Nug's also here when he's back from.
Yeah, he's stretching his legs right now. If I go 2 more levels into fighter, I can get an extra attack. Next level, I can get a feat or an ability score improvement.
I mean, the feat ASI is a good reason alone, but a 2-level dip this late, it's kind of hard, you know?
Yeah. I didn't think...
Especially if that's not, like, originally your plan. Because if you were, you know, building to go more healer route, it might be better to stick with that.
Yeah.
Well, in some areas we do have, like, a damage deficiency. It's in very rare circumstances when that's the case.
That's generally when I'm trying to attack physically. I honestly should have just taken the disadvantage for, like, a guiding bolt or something. But I actually was thinking about wild shaping, but I'm like, I need to make sure I maintain that last one just in case we just randomly find our final bad guy. That said, if we get a short rest, I'll have the other one back. This is my conundrum as a druid. Do I use my second wild shape or do I wait until later and hope we don't short rest? I'm also saving my other abilities too. And no one hates you, Tristan.
But yeah, towards like the multi-classing and feat thing, I also understand that struggle because like I've got ideas with Torque, and I would love for him to dip cleric because I sent Scott a very particular cleric homebrew that I'm interested in that's built specifically for lizard folk, and that's all I'll say on that. But there's never really a good time for him to do it because he would also really benefit from taking more ASIs, but I'm also someone that loves to pick feats.
Yeah.
So that's actually why in like the home games I run, I give my players extra feats at 3, 6, 9, etc.
What do I get next?
Because I like giving people extra customization. And the more powerful they get, the more powerful shit I can throw at them and not feel bad about it.
Hi, Tori.
Hello.
Welcome back.
What are we talking about?
ASI feats and multi-classing, etc.'s.
Interesting. I don't plan on multi-classing Retribution.
I've just been considering whether I should go another step in a fighter, but I think my original plan to mainly get the brain, why? Action surge in order to be able to like cast 2 spells in one turn, 2 leveled spells in one turn, was enough. The Eldritch Knight taking that to get made sense character-wise for Shioran learning to not have to keep her trident on her. Because like she has to be able to wander around in Sharn for those 6 months, and she will probably be noticed with that trident.
Makes sense. What did Scott say that thing said to me? It said, "You will be food." Was that what it
Yeah.
was?
Yeah.
I just wrote that down, but then I was like, wait, was it actually what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay.
He is these things are sharing some particular, talking points with Torque.
Yeah, I need to remember if I need to ask whenever he gets back if it said it in a certain language.
It seemed to be just pure psychic connection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Looking through this, I think I'm gonna stick with the druid, because next level is actually pretty dang good. It's gonna be super
Yeah,
helpful.
what's your druid breakdown right now?
3 fighter and 5 druid. Next level in druid gets me another Circle of Stars feature, which I kind of don't want to say. I want to leave it as a surprise because it's actually pretty dang good.
Yeah, I know that one. I've got a player that's a Circle of Stars, and they're all level 9 now.
Oh, you're gonna have fun when it's level 10, though.
Assuming they live that long.
Level 10 actually has a Circle of Stars feature that's really helpful. Like, so helpful that I actually wish I could get it earlier.
9th level, I'll get 3rd level spells.
Nice.
We get a +4 to our proficiency bonus. That's cool.
Well, it looks like I'll never have a timeless body since that's 18th level druid, and I am only going to be able to go up to a 17th level. No living many years
order.
longer.
My order has arrived. It's 8:45 at night. Seems a bit late to get a delivery, but okay.
Yeah, that does seem a little late. Speaking of delivery, I got a new phone today.
Oh, cool. My delivery was for a phone case because mine broke.
From Galaxy S8 to Galaxy S22. Big leap.
Whoa. I didn't. 22.
Mm-hmm.
I drop my phone so often. I have to replace my screen cover like every month. Because I break it so much. So I just buy them kind of in bulk now. But my case has lasted a year, which is really good actually. It's just now started cracking apart. Or a little over a year.
I kind of miss the curved screens.
Curved screen.
Yeah, my old phone, the S8, was when they had the screen edges that curved.
I didn't know that.
I still have it over here. So, like, I had to get a case that popped out a bit on the edges so that the curved screens wouldn't be in damage line. And extra padding in the top and bottom part of it here. I'm gonna miss this thing.
Luckily, I'm an iPhone person.
My new case is like so thin comparatively.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know why, but apparently new phones have 3 whole cameras.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Plus,
Yeah.
maybe it just gives a better depth of field. while we're waiting on the others, I'll be right back. I'm gonna do something. As always, I forgot to move my camera before I got up. I hope I didn't bump the my mic. I hope I didn't bump it too much.
You didn't.
Cool.
Nope.
All right. Everyone back? Sounds like it.
Sky?
So,
Yes.
you guys finish killing off these creatures as they slump to the floor, and there is a quiet that goes about, but you still don't feel quite alone here. Just an odd feeling, as there's probably can guess there's maybe more of these somewhere. But there is that stench that fills this hallway of just rotting corpses. The stairway to the right, next to where Sean is standing, leads up to what looks to be a completely collapsed tunnel of some kind. It's just rubble that kind of has cascaded down the stairs, and it fills completely up to the top of the archway that's there. And then there is the hallway up top, and then obviously the pile of bodies.
Who killed the blue one?
That was Merrick.
Okay, I want to go up to Merrick, and I'm gonna be like, did it say anything to you?
No, I don't recall hearing anything.
I'll just nod. And walk away awkwardly.
Y'all smell
Torf
that?
is going to take an axe to the thing's hands.
Taking the claw.
Quickly chop off, and they're like these long, kind of they're curved like that type of claws coming off the back of its hand.
I was just like Shiorin saying, "Do you smell that?" And then suddenly an axe comes down right in front of her. Ah!
How bad does Shiorin look?
Not. She's about half. Like she looks a bit beat, but she's not. What was that?
Go ahead.
She's not exactly begging for healing at the moment, but you know.
Merrick will point towards the hallway to the left and be like, "There's another body room over there." And he kind of looks specifically at Bali, since he mentioned that he lost comrades down here.
Bali kind of eyes it and gingerly moves in that direction. Gets
Turk will
around.
also take the bolt out of his butt and add that to the same pouch that he's got Kale's arrow in.
He'll go around the corner and he stands there for a moment and then slowly just turns, kind of holds his hand in front of his mouth for a second and then just shakes his head.
Kale nods sympathetically.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'm alive, so yes, I will be. I remember these creatures. They were closer to where this gate thing is. I think it's close. They were, as you're up here, they have they seem to have a strange ability to possibly communicate with each other without speech. So we have to be careful.
I did notice when Retribution tried to intimidate them, they kinda looked at each other and stopped for a moment.
The one I killed did say something in my mind, so that makes sense.
Was it in Primordial too?
No.
It was odd that, like, it wasn't so much like you were hearing a specific language, you just got the meaning of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
Torque saw that these things tried to do bite attacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do their teeth look sharp?
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely lethal-looking, reptilian type of, like, alligator almost type of teeth.
Alright, so almost the same as his then. I'm gonna rip out their teeth.
Alright.
Do we want to take a rest? And the things don't seem to be following us. But do we want to take a rest or continue on a little bit further?
Torque just ripping open her jaw.
I would say we
Okay.
find a better
Safe.
location to rest. I don't know about you, but I don't feel comfortable resting super close to the body room.
True. Alright, then I guess we continue.
Wait. At that point, Torque will kind of tilt his head. Body, room, clothes.
Miracle point in the direction of the body room.
Torque will just shuffle over. Does it look like any of these bodies are clothed?
Clothed, but not in anything that's still together. It's a lot of rags and a lot of torn apart, dirty, soiled rags.
Anything that could be fashioned into about the size of a pouch.
Technically, yeah, but wouldn't be clean. It stinks in there.
With your lizard man skills, you could make a flesh pouch.
I could, but I'm trying to avoid that.
Make it out of the frog.
No, he'll leave the bodies alone.
You can make the mouth of a frog into your pouch.
I'm sure it would stretch and make it bigger than it looked.
Just picturing, like, the purse from, like, Naruto that he has, but a lot more macabre.
Out of an actual fucking frog?
Yeah. Alright, so who's leading the way? Seemingly leading
I am.
the way. Alright.
Do we want to go up these stairs Or down
Like I said,
these
the stairs lead to just a bunch of rubble. Looks like whatever was up there just collapsed.
Now I just can't help but think of a bullfrog stuffed with silver pieces.
If we find a bullfrog, I'll give it to you.
Who is behind Rhett?
I'm gonna stay a little bit like more in the middle this time.
Torque will.
I want to be in the middle as well.
And since he's no longer clinging to any walls or surfaces, he's got a shield out.
Like, so you want to be in the back, sure. That's right.
In the middle-ish. These structures must have been built to be pretty defensible because of the tight hallways. Better for funneling enemies if they invade.
The structure, which is a good point, is the similar marbled stone that has aged and worn and with time. Also, it has a number of innumerable stains of all different kinds of shades of dark that streak across, and there even seems to be some strange lettering that I'm going to just guarantee, unless any of you have the ability to cast a spell, none of you know this language.
I can cast a spell, but I don't really feel like it. Unless people need it.
It is a strange runic type of lettering that is unfamiliar to any of you at the moment. Right when you get around the corner, kind of peek around to your right, and what you see is what looks to be a makeshift latticed metal gate that is covering the entirety from the ceiling down, and it is tight, cross-stitched type of metal links that are holding this gate in place. No physical way to pass through, obviously, and it seems to be stuck in place with a lock and chain on the opposite side. And what you see on the other side, it past that into a large area, large room that goes past there, probably about 40 or so feet. It seems to be a large, what you would assume is maybe a sleeping area. You're kind of seeing it through these link holes, and there's a number of these creatures. There's 3 of those red creatures and 2 of the blue creatures, all currently laying down and seemingly sleeping in that next room. And there's to the left is a hallway that goes down about 50, 60 feet and then curves away from you.
Start walking to the left.
All right. I'd like, unless you guys aren't going to, I'd like to make stealth checks just for the sake of moving past this area without being too loud. DC's not super hard since they're sleeping, but...
Oh man, I have disadvantage, so that natural 20 means nothing.
13.
Oh, but I didn't roll bad. I got a 18 disadvantage. It's pretty good.
16.
Much better than my
That
natural
was
1.
16.
Yeah, mine too, right? Me and Shuarn are rocking it this time around.
What was yours, Kale?
16.
16? Right. And what was yours, Merrick?
16.
16. And Torque?
10.
10. Right. Still good. And Shauna got 26. Oh, and
And Bali just so happens to kick Stone, waking them all up. No.
To say, if Volley fucks us here, should just push him to the wolves and run.
To be fair, he wouldn't be the first. He wouldn't be the only one dude did that. So.
I feel like Torque started to sneak well, but then he got like a burning in his butt from that bolt.
Yeah. He had to crouch. It's like, oh.
So,
Just a sudden sting, and that causes him to grunt.
you guys are going around that corner, and as the last of you are getting to the edge there,
Shioran turns the corner and is like, that would be a good place to rest.
Wally turns around as turns the corner and sees past the gate, and y'all hear him audibly go, "Holy shit!" like, way too loud.
Natural one.
Not quite a natural one, but he rolled well. He rolled like a 7. And they're not immediately like on you guys. It's just you start to see them stirring as a couple of them kind of, and you guys keep moving.
Yes.
So
I do.
Shuffle people along. Shauna kind of like smacks him in the head and keeps him moving. And
I see it. Like he sees it, goes holy shit! Immediately, 5 people turn, going shush, while Shauna just fucking claps his mouth shut.
You guys get around the corner without any issue. And what you lead into is a decently sized room, but seems to be mostly empty, save for a bit of trash that seems to be piled up in different corners. Most of it just looks like refuse and random scattered items of different kinds. And then a doorway that leads into what looks to be more of an actual, like, possibly an old sleeping quarter of some kind. You do hear, now that you're around this corner, you hear off in the other room these kind of very subtle groans of pain. Just.
In the room we're approaching?
No, it's past it.
Oh, okay.
They're fine.
The trap. We should keep going.
But the room you're currently in, that at least Red is stepping into, seems to be mostly just trash thrown around.
Well, anything interesting in the trash?
Make a
Yeah, I was
perception
gonna
check if
say,
you
Perception.
Circle will be on that.
+3's not bad. It is when you get a 3. Wait a minute. That is.
Hey,
that
I was
is-
thinking the same thing.
That is
'cause
slightly cocked, but it's obviously on the 3. Do you want me to take it?
If it's pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Torque's got that nice +4, but he also got a 3 for a 7 total.
So
7. What was yours, Sharon?
6 total.
I got a 22.
Alright. So, Shioran and Torque, find anything that looks like just a bunch of junk.
We just assume it's junk and walk by.
Yeah. Merrick, you go over to one corner and there's a pile of like old like rags that when you kind of move them, they've kind of solidified and just kind of like a piece of crinkled cloth. Not quite sticky, just more like solid. They've just have almost, I'm not sure what the word is necessarily, but solidified. And you kind of
Gonna
move
like
it
a
off.
2-day-old sock or something.
Crispy.
Yeah, more like a
Crusty, that's
15-year-old
it.
doc. You move it off, and you actually find flipped over, which is why it was easily missed before, seems to be the back of a canvas painting.
I will flip up the painting.
You pick it up, and you see that the frame itself is very well made, and the picture on the inside is mostly untarnished. It is this beautiful landscape photo of this wide open land where there's kind of it's a knight on a horse on kind of like this edge of the cliff looking out at this landscape where these arching hills and cliffs reach off to either side, but the center of the painting reaches down into this large kind of ravine area, but that's mostly covered in fog. And the arching cliffs and hills on either side continue on. You can see shadows and silhouettes of these castles and fortifications on either side as it just kind of goes off. And there's a large tree off in the back, massive tree that you can see. And it's a beautiful piece of work.
Because I have newfound intelligence, is there anything I can roll to attempt to appraise this piece?
It's beautiful and well made, so, and probably obviously an original, not like a copy of any kind. You'd, depending on who you find and if it was the right collector, you'd probably get a few decent, like a few hundred gold at least, if you could talk up where it came from and find the right buyer.
Does anybody have a bag of holding?
I know I'm not the one looking at it, but signature would be a good idea for how good it would be.
You look down, there does not seem to be any note of signature on it.
Does any of us have a bag of holding?
I don't think we did.
Bags hold.
Looks
This
like
is
all
true.
bags hold things, you dumb
It's-
idiot.
It's about 2 feet across and about 4 feet tall.
I have a backpack.
I could put it with my sword that I don't use very often.
Yeah. Does anybody have is there any sort of cloth in this room?
There's plenty of cloth. It's not necessarily clean.
Prestidigitation some of the cloth, and then I'll wrap the painting in the cloth and tuck it behind Brett's sword in her bag and stuff.
While you're doing this, you guys aren't necessarily being quiet, not necessarily being super loud either, but you're not necessarily being quiet in the room as you're searching around. You do hear off in the room. Susan, help me. It hurts so much. Help me.
We're all actually in the room here, right?
It's in the room, like,
Yeah.
past us or something.
Yeah, so if you peek around, you see that there's a what looks to be sleeping quarters and kind of a communal situation with little nooks and whatnot off to each side where seemingly beds, and some are still there, but rotted and busted away, just frames and bits of whatever was used as mattresses. But off in the far end, you see laying on a mostly deteriorated mattress with bits of cloth is a woman in rags, and hair is knotted and greasy and gross, and she's got a large bruise across one neck, and she's got a wound in her chest that you can see, but she's kind of holding and kind of rocking back and forth. Help me. And she just has kind of one hand out towards you guys as you guys come around that corner and can see her straight on.
Given we were harmed by this before, insight check.
Go for it.
Yeah. That's a 18.
18. She seems like she's legitimately in pain, and she seems to be
Healing word.
able to wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk up to her.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Turk will walk up to.
Kale, roll your healing word.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a healing word as well at
That's a 5.
second level. 2d4 plus 3. Where did my d4s go? 4 plus 3, that's 7 plus 3, that's 10.
10. All right. All right, so 15 healing.
Oh.
You see,
I'm sorry, one more
Sorry,
D4. 12.
so you see a number of her wounds. The bruise lessens considerably. The wound on her chest seems to kind of close over and heal a little bit, but she's still holding her chest and rocking back and forth. She's kind of in almost like this fetal position of almost intense pain as she just continues to hold her hand out, and it still hurts. It still hurts so much.
I'm moving over.
Rhett, you walk up to her, sure, and you're following, and she just kind of like reaches up and just very weakly just kind of like grabs onto like your arm, your piece of your armor, and it's just like you can feel her hand shaking, and she's looking up at you. Her eyes are just, the eyelids are all red. She's got tear streaks, and she looks in really, really bad shape.
I'm going to take her hand like gently and pull it off of her chest so I can see the actual.
What you see is a little disconcerting immediately as you pull her hand away, and at first it looks like an odd kind of look at it, cock your head a little bit, but then you realize there's a bit of her center of her chest that seems to be like pulsating, and then it moves up and then to the side, and then you see it kind of jerk, and she just she kind of rocks back, and her hand comes back, and she pulls it over her chest again, and she's just kind of rocking back and forth, and her scream, she starts to scream in pain at this point, and being you're the one up close, Sharon, you get up close as well, and you can hear tearing and something tearing at her chest, and she is now just incoherently just screaming in pain as she's rolling back and forth and back and forth. Is anything you guys gonna do?
Torque's gonna stab her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna kill her.
All right. So you quickly stab into her, and it's both your blades kind of hit in, and she. Thank you.
And then I'm going to stick my hand into her chest to try to get that thing, whatever it is.
So you pull the sword out, and you're about to go in with your hand to try to get whatever it is, when suddenly the chest kind of, the chest cavity just kind of bursts open, and this long-looking tadpole of some kind comes slithering out of the chest. It's about the size of my hand, as it's letting out these little squeaks and screeches.
Stab.
Xenomorph alert! Xenomorph alert!
And you just immediately just
Yep, everyone stabs it.
and you
I've seen this
immediately
movie.
stab this creature that seems to have just eaten its way out of her chest, and it's quickly dead. It can't defend itself. It has no ability to defend itself immediately, but it is just dead, and she is now dead as well.
Yeah, I assume there's no chance to save her at this point.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that whatever this thing was eating away at her from the inside, and even healing her wounds wasn't doing anything to affect
That
it.
apparently, yeah. Apparently we did the
I'm just
bad
gonna
thing.
Close her eyes, and like put her in like a respectful position.
As best you can. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, this creature is now just a mess of smear on the ground. And let's just check something real quick. Well, and then there is the other, you do see off to the right, there is a separate small little room that has a door that's slightly ajar off its hinges. It's about a 15 by 15 room, and it seems to be empty from the looks of it.
You thinking we could
Is it
use this
just,
to
like,
rest?
there's nothing in there?
You kind of glance in there, and it seems to be completely empty.
No doors or anything?
Nothing you can see.
Probably a good place to rest then.
And this woman was the only thing in this room, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was our last long rest?
Last long rest was less than an hour ago.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty recent.
Yeah, so basically we'd be getting short rest.
We do a short rest in this room.
You guys go into the empty room.
Torque will peek his head in
I
there
saw
and give it
that
a
look.
sniff. Why not?
All right. You guys head in and start kind of sitting down, catching your breath, and process everything you've seen. And as it kind of quiets down, as everyone sits down, it seems to be safe in here. But you do hear something off to the right-hand wall. You hear what seems to be chanting, almost. It's not getting closer, you just hear it on the other side of the wall. It's this low kind of, and it's kind of very just quietly coming through the wall.
Do I recognize the language?
Nope.
Hmm. That's a
Wait,
cult.
Question.
Hmm.
If Torque was to scratch, say, the northern wall to make sure that it's, not directly connected to the opposite, about how easily does the stone kind of scrape away under his claws?
Doesn't. It's well made.
Okay.
Kind of. It would definitely take you a decent amount of time to scratch through.
Since we're hearing
good
these
enough.
noises, I would like to see if I can find a check to see if there might be an obvious secret passage or something. We don't need something sneaking up on us.
Make a perception check. Or I'd say investigation check. Since you're looking for clues.
That's a 10.
Kind of feel on the wall. Doesn't seem to be anything.
Alright, well, I think we're good to rest here. Does everyone feel the same?
Sure.
Alright. So you guys tend to do a short rest. About 40 or so minutes pass without too much. The chanting continues for about 20 of that and then stops. About 40 or 45 minutes into the rest, you hear the metal gate open and close down the hallway. And then you kind of like listen quietly, trying to hear anything. It's a little quiet, it's hard to hear through all the passages. But then you hear the gate open and close again.
Sorry.
And then unless anyone wanted to do anything immediately.
Yeah, if anyone's taking hit dice, I'm handing out special treats.
Yeah, Torque would. With that aside, Kale, your sunbeam up the top is now gone.
Handing out those treats of rest.
Yeah, the special food actually.
Oh yeah, the chef thing.
As part of a short rest, you can cook special food for 7 creatures. At the end of the short rest, any creature who eats the food or spends 1 or more hit die to regain hit points regains an extra 1d8 hit points.
Okay. So 1d8 plus... do another 2d8s for now.
each of the 2d8 from your hit points. Give your con mod to both, just so we're...
Okay, so a con mod per die.
Per die, save for the one that you got from
Yeah.
KO.
Okay, so. Ooh, not bad. 8 plus 8, 16, plus my con mod is 3, so that's 6. 16, 22, 22.
Which, by the way, Brett, you feel the pull. If you're sitting facing the north, you're feeling it northeast of you at a pretty direct angle, and it's pretty strong. You can definitely feel that you're close to whatever this is.
I'm gonna add one more hit die. D8 as well. Oop, that's an 8. Plus 3. 11.
What did Kel say the bonus was?
1d8.
Alright. I'm good for the healing.
Later in this rest is kind of like laid on his side, and he's kind of faced the east wall as he kind of just like puts his arm under his head to kind of lay down and rest for the hour.
Oh, accident surgeon, second wind are both short rest, not long rest. I'm made mistakes.
I'm gonna drop the special trait for Bali too.
He didn't take any damage, but he will accept it either way.
I am running a bit low on spell slots, so I'm going to try to save them for when people need healing.
I'm running low too.
So, hour comes up. You guys get your short rest in. What would you guys like to do?
Wait, sorry. Which way did you say that I feel the pull? I'm sorry.
So if you're sitting facing the north, you're feeling it off to your right, away from you, so northeast.
So is that like where, like towards like where the gate was and stuff? That way?
Gate's kind of behind you, but it seems to be. You did see there was a turn off past the gate, so if you were looking at the gate, there's a turn to the left. It seems to continue north.
Okay.
So that may be another way.
I'm going to point out the direction we need to be going, even though obviously right now there's not a clear path that way, but
Well, that's probably around the corner that we took a left at. Y'all ready to head out?
Yeah.
Alright. Where are you guys wanting to go?
I love how nobody questions that I know like where to go.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good point. I would question it because I don't. That was me. That was metagaming me not knowing that you're sensing things and forgetting to not apply that to Shioran.
We're just like, okay, cool. We should go that way.
How?
I was thinking that she just keeps walking. We're like, are we gonna have to go after her again?
You know where we're going?
Well, I'm just going to ignore that and then start walking.
She ignored my question.
She's like on a mission. Like, I think her god's a lot more like involved than mine is, because he's like, hey, yeah, go that way. That's what must be going on.
Insight check?
I mean, you can infer as much as you like. She seems determined.
Yeah. Alright.
She's just gonna stick into Rhett's heels.
Unfortunately, unless it's with NPCs, I tend not to let insights like tell you stuff you really shouldn't know. Like most insights gonna get you is like if they're nervous, if they're sweating, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna leave it up to you to infer what you're going to on these things.
To be honest, I thought I was the one being inside check right there.
No,
Me too.
it was her. It's a retribution. Well, I guess we'll take her word for it. It seems to be where we're headed too. Just a little curious about why.
It's either there and I turn around and hopefully like there's some theatrical streaking in the distance behind me, or there.
All right, let's get going and start following.
Yeah. You guys get around. I guess you're going towards the gate.
Mm-hmm.
You get around back to that hallway and you see the gate closed and seemingly still locked on the other side. What you do notice is on the other side, as you get closer, that room with all of the other creatures is empty.
I assume the gate's
And
like right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what you do here now that you're closer is more of that chanting, but by multiple voices coming from the north past the gate. You hear it echoing down the hallway, multiple voices in that same guttural, odd language.
So, I think the question here is if we can get through this without making too much noise. Because we did hear it opening and closing.
Does that gate just seem to be like a room, or does it seem to have some sort of passageway past it? You can see.
So it's basically a makeshift gate in the hallway, like around the corner before you can get to the other area. It seems to have been basically the sides of the gate have been dug into the kind of almost like nailed, hammered into the sides of the walls and dug in. There's like slight cracks and whatnot in the spaces, and it's just a lattice worked gate from floor to ceiling.
Can you ping on the map exactly where the gate is?
Yeah.
Is it locked? Like with the chain and stuff?
Yeah, so on the other side of it, there's a chain bolt. There's a chain that's wrapped around, keeping it closed, and then there's a padlock on that side. Unfortunately, the lattice work is too small to fit even a hand.
Miracle's kind of look at Torque and tap knowledge to pick up and point towards the chain.
Which is on the other side of the gate.
There's nothing like he could get on either side.
The chain is completely like wrapped around that side of it. I mean, there's a bit on this side.
Could the tentacle fit?
Yeah.
I'm willing to test this.
All right.
He still had the tentacle out, so he'll just kind of like.
Before Torque does anything, alright, perhaps we should wait for someone to open the gate and then just jump them.
As he's about to thread the tentacle
Yeah.
into the lattice.
Bali immediately pipes up. We can't wait. Can't wait. Those creatures, you hear them? There's so many more of them. We're gonna have more
Do
on
you
them.
want to open the gate?
Do you want to face more of those things?
I mean, we did fine the first time.
If you want me to try to crack through this gate, I will try.
I feel like if you do, then you're gonna draw more of those things.
Okay, so voice of reason coming in.
Okay, we're doomed.
Last time I had big light spells. This time, not so many light spells, so we need to move.
Merrick just taps Torque on the shoulder again and just kind of nods.
Can Merrick melt it?
What's like what kind of material? Is it metal? Like all metal?
Seems to be, yeah. Metal. Yeah.
Is it like a steel?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well,
Oh,
okay,
Torque, you're
so
up.
someone knows heat. He can heat metal and she can cool metal, so he can actually make it brittle and we can break it.
Let me try that before. That's not Retribution talking. That's me.
We did try that on a chest before, yeah.
Ah,
Did it work?
That chest was a little bit better make than this gate is though.
So yeah,
you just have to make sure you get it really, really, really amazingly hot before you cool it down.
yeah.
And that lock was magically protected.
Yeah.
As well. So.
We
Okay.
the big thing is do it multiple times, and it'll be it'll work better.
All right. Well, either Shior and Merrick or Torque.
Less noise. I think the less noise would be better.
Which one of you still has that padlock, right? You grab that.
From the
chest.
the busted chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry. Who's doing what?
So
Who's going first?
yeah.
I still feel like,
Torque, go first. It'll be the least
Yeah.
noisy.
yeah, Torque would be the quietest, whatever he's gonna try.
Okay. Torque is gonna go ahead and try to like thread the needle with the tentacle through the lattice,
Mm-hmm.
and try to use his mighty brain power to get it to wrap around the chain.
All right. Make a intelligence check for me.
He's great at these.
Guidance.
Is there any way Merrick can like help him and direct him when he's pointing the thing?
I mean, you can sit there and be like, it's over there, right there. But unfortunately, it's him trying to control the thing is really where the check is coming in. But you can guide it some sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and guidance. That's a D4.
Yeah.
Yes.
1 on the guidance, bring my 13 to a 14.
Hey, that'll be enough as you kind of you thread the fleshy protrusion through the lattice work. It's just small enough that it kind of slips through and kind of like hangs off through there, and you kind of close your eyes, concentrate, kind of wiggles a little bit, moves, and then slowly moves and kind of curls the stinger at the end of it around the chain, and doesn't grip it too tightly, but it does kind of wrap around the chain.
Does. Oh, go ahead. You're still doing stuff. I had a thought.
He's just kind of marveling at the fact that it was kind of working. Go ahead.
You pull it back.
I will attempt to pull it and see if I get any kind of grip with it.
You pull a little bit, and it's coming, and the whip has wrapped around the chain, and it's slowly dragging it up towards you. It's a little bit tentative as you're having to concentrate to keep the hold on it. Make a dexterity check for me.
Okay. $19.
So you pull it, and right as you're losing your concentration on it, you reach your fingers through, and you're able to grab the chain as it drops from the grip of the whip as it kind of slithers back towards you, and you're able to kind of like pull the chain. It's now kind of dragged through the lattice work. On you, most of it's on your side now. A little bit of a as it's kind of clinging against the grate.
Now I'm just gonna fucking pull the chain and bust it.
Make an athletics check.
No dice, 12.
You'll have guidance, right?
It's only one use,
Oh, it's
so you have to cast
right.
it again. Yeah. You try again.
I'll try it again.
With him pulling the chain, is he able to get it to where the lock is something we can actually like touch?
You could touch. It'd still be really difficult to try to pick it from this end, just because you'd only be able to get like fingers through. But you could actually interact with it. Now.
Can I?
I would say Shauna
I can do it.
might be able to do something. She has a lockpick set.
You can try. You can still try one more time. Torque.
Alright, so that is with the athletics check an 8 with the guidance, if that is still a thing, if that's a new thing.
Yeah, I
that
can
brings
guide
it
you
to a
again.
12 again.
12 again. All right. Unfortunately, does not go through. These tools.
Is there like a chance for me to like put maybe a like the handle of the battle axe I'm carrying or something through it to keep it in place on our side?
I mean, the chain is kind of keeping it there. Because like most of the chain is dragged past onto your side.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
kinda keeping-
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured it was like barely in our side. Okay.
No. Just that the lock is still on the other side, and the lock is closer, but now you're having to like. So Shauna gets out her tools and is going to attempt the
Guidance.
the lock pick at it, but it is going to be a disadvantage from the angle she's trying to do it.
Acrobatics check.
Same difference as it's the same calculation as the dexterity because it's proficient. She's not actually using it. And then added with the 3, that makes it a 15, which is luckily just enough to. She kind of like has her fingers through, bending them at a very odd angle. Got her tongue out, and it comes out. And you have to fiddle with it a little bit, getting the lock out, getting the chain through, trying to be as quiet as you can, but then the gate.
Hold on, before the gate opens. Does anyone have any oil? Are you saying something, Tori?
Oh, I just said I don't think so.
No oil for lamps or anything?
I doesn't need oil.
She's got a special lamp.
I am a lamp.
Now, this is a question. Would a cook's tools include oil?
Yeah. You could use some of your cooking oils to possibly help with the creaking.
Torque would very reluctantly hold up his 1-ounce bottle of ink.
Does ink work like oil?
The
I
lubricant,
thought ink
guess.
was. I thought it was an abrasive, actually.
I don't think it would help.
I'm going to take off a little bit of, I guess, cooking oil and just hand it to Doran, if that's okay.
Yeah.
You coat what you can with the oil, and you open it. It's still kind of because it kind of like grinds across the ground and the ceiling, but you can see that it's been moved enough that it has divots in the marble that it's still kind of grinding, but it moves through.
Yeah.
It kind of grits your teeth as you open it, and it's up a little bit. You don't hear anything immediately coming at you, but you do hear that chanting. And as you look around the corner, you don't see anything, but you see another one of those Y intersections that lead up and into 2 separate rooms on either side, and then past into a conjoining hallway at the end that you can't see because of the middle section. And as you hear the chanting getting louder and more frantic, and you guys are deciding what you're going to do with the sleeping area there, chanting there. So we're going to call it for the night.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Sweet.
So, that's an interesting place to call it. I feel like we're getting close to the end, aren't we?
You might be.
as we're nearing the end of this confrontation, I hope everyone's got their next characters lined up.
I don't. Well, I should work on that this week.
I don't know. Maybe I'll bring Vay back.
I'm just gonna throw Junior on the end of mine.
Merrick Jr.
Somehow he had a kid somewhere.
He's from the future. He came back in time because the prophecy told him to.
I'm sorry, but I do not risk bringing time travel into my stuff. That is just never a good idea. You're just asking for
You're
loopholes and plot holes.
Wish, man. Powerful thing.
All right. Anybody got ideas for a name for this one?
Into the Deep.
Into the Deep.
We already had one named that before.
I think it was Deep Dark, Deep Down, Dark, Deep Down.
Oh.
Because I was referencing Jacksepticeye.
Okay, so then what we should probably do is into the wait, we've done this before.
The body.
The body room.
The body room.
Oh, look, more bodies.
Good one, Merrick. That's a good one, Merrick.
All right. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, go ahead and give us that follow. Make sure you do that. It helps. And if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. You know, everything.
The only thing I might be able to think of for that, like as an alternative, is psychic frogs ? Exclamation.
Maybe a little too spoilery, but yeah. I will actually not be back next week because I'm going to take the week off. I have some stuff that I want to do around the house, and it's going to take a little bit. So I'm gonna
next Friday.
We can play next Friday. I was gonna say that D&D we can still play. I'm just taking the week off from streaming games, so no Persona 4 Golden next week. And yeah. Any raids specific preferred?
Twitch.
Also, thank you, Sparrowbell, again for the raid.
I don't have anybody.
Dash Magnum is a...
I've got someone doing a birthday stream playing Dark Souls 3.
Sure, we can do a birthday raid.
I'll type it out in chat.
All right, cool. Bring them a little bit more viewers. How's their viewer count?
5.
Yeah, let's bring them a little bit more viewers. And if y'all want to say anything when we raid, it's going to be birthday raid. Yee. Alright.
That should be it.
Lady Ari. Birthday raid from Zangetsu.
There's the actual Twitch link. I should have just done that.
I've got to go because I got to go pick up my roommate.
Yeah. Alright.
See ya.
So...
That's good, man.
Toodles.
The raid is begun. Everyone have a great night, great day, whatever time you're watching this, and we'll see you in the next stream.
See everybody.
Bye-bye. Rating. Stream stopping.